We've got Andrew joining us on Twitch. Are there any major differences between the quality of kilts offered by different kilt makers, such as USA Kilts and Kinloch Anderson? Is it merely the difference in name and royal warrants?
I will say a few things. I'm gonna have a little story with this as well. There is a first I'll go to my answer, then I'll give my story. Yes, every kilt maker makes kilts differently. The quality of the kilt is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So what you think of as a quality kilt is not what someone else thinks of as a quality kilt. When I talk about a hand-sewn kilt versus machine-sewn, they may be more equal than you think, because I have seen very, very, very well-made hand-sewn kilts coming out of Scotland, and I've seen very, very poorly made hand-sewn kilts. There's a wide disparity between of qualities coming from some companies and other companies. In the same way, there's a wide disparity of quality coming from machine-sewn companies, whether it's top stitch, whether it's sewn inside out, depends on what they do on the inside of the fabric, whether they use a blind stitch machine, whether they hand sew things, whether they skip steps altogether. There is a difference in quality from manufacturer to manufacturer. No two people make kilts the same way. Now, as a company, we do not speak negatively about competitors. So I am not going to say that ours are better than company X or company Y. They are. But I'm not going to go too much into it. I'm not going to name names. I will not name names. But there are differences, yes. It boils down to what differences you appreciate versus really don't care about. I'll use our own company as an example for two things. We actually have, in our 8-yard wool kilt, we have a Premier 8-yard wool kilt and a top stitched. In the Premier, we actually sew the cloth inside out. So we take the good side of the fabric and the good side, put it face to face, pin it a bunch of times right down, sew that line on the bad side of the fabric, and then open it up and make sure all of the horizontal lines running down the fabric, are exactly in alignment. That takes a lot of time. We also came out with what we call our top stitched 8-yard wool kilt, which is we actually sew right on the surface of the fabric. It saves a good amount of time in creating a kilt. Some people do not want to see the stitching and will say, nope, I have to have the Premier 8-yard kilt. That's it. I want that one. That's the best one. Other people will say, well, I don't care. You use the same color thread that's in the kilt, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to save $75, $100, and I'm going to get the top stitch kilt. So it really boils down to you. Do you see the value in kilts made a specific way from a specific manufacturer, or do you think it's close enough? Specifically, now some companies have more of a history, more of a name to them, and in certain cases, there is a certain price tag associated with that. I will use this example. We had a customer come into our store, an existing customer, a friend of ours from down in Philadelphia, and he bought a jacket and vest for a specific event he was going to. And he was talking to me, and he said, yeah, I'm going to buy a sporran from Kinloch Anderson. And I'm not trying to beat up on Kinloch Anderson, so just take this with a grain of salt. So I said, oh, that's awesome. Show me what the sporran looks like. So we pulled it up on their website. I took a look at it and said, oh, that's actually, I can tell by the shape and by the cantle and by the design, that's actually a sporran made by my sporran guy. Do you want me to get that same sporran for you? I think they were charging like $600 or $650 roughly, and I told, because it was a mink sporran, yada, yada, yada. And I told him, from us, that same thing would retail for about $450 or so. And he said, no, I would prefer to get my sporran from Kinloch Anderson. He just wanted to have something of his outfit that he didn't buy from us that was made in Scotland and bought in Scotland. And that's fine. And I didn't begrudge him that. And off he went. So he bought the sporran from Kinloch Anderson, and he was very happy with it. Beautiful sporran. When he told us he got the sporran, I said, wonderful. Picked up his jacket, showed us the sporran. Wonderful. Looked lovely. Next day, I called up my sporran maker, and I said, hey, Greg, did you make a sporran in mink with this cantle for Kinloch Anderson around this date? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay. Just wanted to see. So it's, yes, there are certain things that come along with the cachet of a particular name, whether that's Kinloch Anderson, whether that's Brooks Brothers, whether that's Chanel, whatever. There are certain surcharges that you will pay for buying from a particular company. Yes, Kinloch Anderson has the royal warrants. Royal warrants meaning the Queen of England and Prince Charles and a few other members of the royal family have given them the warrant to say, this is where we buy our kilts from. This is where we buy our sporrans from. And they get this royal warrant, which means something more over there than it does over here. But yes, there is a certain amount of cachet that comes with that. And do I think they are capitalizing on it? Yeah, to a degree. I'm not trying to speak negatively about competitors. I'm just kind of calling it as I see it. They make beautiful stuff. I have nothing bad to say about their quality of kilts, their quality of accessories that they offer, that kind of stuff. They have a wonderful business. It's a beautiful, like everything I've seen from them looks very, very nice. It's not cheap, but it looks nice. Any thoughts on other kilt makers, Mr. Mack?
No, I mean, in this case, there's only so many ways we can make a kilt. And everyone has their own way of doing it.
Tricks, tips, secrets, yeah.
It's kind of like a pair of blue jeans, whether you get from Levi's or Lucky or Banana Republic. The end result is a blue jean. It's just a matter of how you get there.
All American Clothing Company.
There you go.
Small plug. Cool company.
You gotta put that at the bottom, just the
little link, you know. I did the one video of me with the time is what we got with the All American Clothing Company shirt on. Yeah. This isn't meant to be a plug for them. It is, but no, it's a good comparison. Yeah, it's jeans are jeans are jeans. There's slightly different variations from one manufacturer to the next. Do Walmart jeans fit better or worse than a pair of Lucky jeans at $20 versus $120? Is it worth the $100 delta? Like, these are all things that you decide.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like the pre-done rips in them and the acid stains.
You just drag them behind your vehicle and that'll catch them up.